Okay, I've got with me Vicky Smart, and you've heard of the Spider-Man series, but we've just invented the Batman series. So, Vicky, you're going to take us through the Batman series.
Okay, thanks, Ant. So you're going to start standing, feet apart, so you've got a little bit of space and stability. And what you'll do from here is soften through your knees and bending forward into your variation of a forward bend. You'll see my hands are on the ground. If that's challenging, you can come up onto fingertips and do bend your knees as much as you need to. And from here, you're going to walk your hands forward and creep towards the front of your mat or your floor, whatever your surface is, and come into a downward facing dog. So arms nice and strong, bent knees if you need to. This is really just a stabilizing position to start the sequence. From here, you're going to step your left foot up in between your hands. If it only gets to here, take a hand to the ankle, help your foot forward, be kind to yourself. You'll drop your right knee to the ground, making sure that it's a little bit further back so you have some space to open up into the hip flexor on your back leg. To start with, just start to lift your chest up, and without pinching in your low back, so just notice where the movement's coming from, just let both sides of your pelvis drop towards the ground so you begin to release into the hip flexor of the back leg. And you can take a breath here. Bringing your hands to the inside of your front foot. You can take your right hand out slightly, and with that work in the back of the leg, just start to let that elbow, the inside elbow, come down to the inside of that leg. And just spend a moment here, hang out as long as you need to. Come up, keeping your right hand either fingertips or palm on the ground. From your rib cage, rotate and stretch your left arm up to the sky. You can either look up or look down, depending on what's going on in your neck. And then from here, bring both hands onto your front knee. And again, just lift up, gazing straight forward, just letting your hips really slowly drop in towards the ground. And you can play with that twist again, keeping your legs really stable, making sure you're not moving from your hips, move from your belly, move from your ribs as you stretch up. And then coming back to your low lunge position. You can start with your hands together, just for a place to put them. And this time as we twist, we're going to really focus on twisting from the upper body. So you're not moving from the structure of your pelvis, you're thinking more upper spine and rib cage. And turning just as far as you can go without creating instability. And then play with turning in the opposite direction. So you may not turn very far, and that's okay. Come back to center, and then just play with taking your arms out, palms facing the sky. Take an external rotation through your shoulders, lengthen up through the crown of your head, and then again, in the very center of your body, you'll turn. And then turn in the opposite direction. And then you'll come back to center. You can plant your hands on the ground, step your right foot forward, and just take a minute here in the forward bend. Again, bending your knees as much as you need to, just letting your head release so you're not here in a rounded position, you're giving your back some space. Here's also a great position if your low back feels more sensitive. And then the other side, you can step your opposite foot back, and we start again. And this time I'll just show you through the movements.
So the thing that I like about this series of movements is that we're going to get some good nerve mobility, flexibility, mobilization. We're going to warm up your hips into extension as well as flexion, as well as some rotation. Your thorax will get nice work into rotation, which is very often a neglected movement, as well as the knees on the ground supported. And if you feel confident and you feel warm enough, you can do it with your knee off the ground, but I much prefer the focus of having the knee on the ground. We're about to do lots of work. We don't need to excessively strain it before we're fully warmed up. Thank you very much, Vicky.
Thank you.